Hello and welcome to episode 21 on the big 132 model farm. In today's video we have some tanking, the contractor's going off to do some more maize, muck tipping and some baling. In the 10 acre we have the Case International 1056XL parked up just at the gateway with the Haber on, which is a Lely one, red and blue, after he's just finished putting this field into some small rows ready for the baler. And you can see the dog just running across the field in between the rows and he's jumping over them. Then on the far side of the field they have two of the farm workers just talking to each other after you've had a look if this bale here is dry enough to be left unwrapped or needs to be wrapped, as they're trying to make hay out of this. It's been rained on quite a bit this week, so you might do some dry silage or wetter haylage off this. And we have the John Deere 6620 just parked up here on the baler, and the baler is a Kuhn VB2160, and he's just parked up after letting this bale out so he can talk to the other man. And the dog is his dog, just got out with them and he's just running around the field, jumping over the rows, stretching its legs. It's not been out in a while, as this man has done this end run across here, which the bobbin man had already done, and probably about half this field, as he only got the 20 acre picked up after the maize, as there was only just enough space for that, as you can see in the clamp. And then on the road you have the contractors GCB 8250 on the 18 ton cane trailer, which they've now bought from the dealership and is now fully theirs, as they needed an extra tractor. And in front the Fendt 939 Vario, I think it is, for the 6th of one, so I can't fully check, is on their triaxle cane silage trailer. And this was the one truck pushing all the trailers yesterday, and the contractor's Class Jaguar 960 in the normal colours with the 600 Orbis maize head on, and their buck rake is just going in front, which is a GCB 419S wheeled loader with the buck rake on. And in the 5 acre field they have all of the Charolais, the one which is calved and its calf has been sold, and all the 3 new ones with the bull in the bottom half. And in the top half they have the digger working, just starting to take out some of this hedge, ready for the new shed to go in, as they've agreed on it, and they're getting all the girders and roof made and all the panels to go in on the walls. And the same equipment is parked up here, but the Land Rover's just been dumped there, so they might have to move it for the digger man. Then in the yard they have a monster silage clamp which has come out most of the way up to the yard, and as you can see there's only just enough space for the telehandler to get through here. And they took off this front bit here, which they've left down to one side there, which they will be putting back on once they've got past this front A-frame. And the only reason why they took it off was so they could get in, and currently the telehandler can only just get up there in the middle, and it's hitting its beacons on either edge. So they've got a nice full clamp and it's coming quite way out the front, and they did have that feed barrier just where this gate is here, the silage to go up against, but they've got to put a sheet up, so they had to pull that away, put a sheet on, and you've put a gate there to weigh the sheet down and stop the grass from slipping, as mostly what's in front is grass. Nearly about the edge of that big tyre there, the further away edge, is maize onwards. And they've got the feeder there just to stop anybody running properly on the silage, so they can only run on the sheet. They've got tyres all the way around the edge, and they've taken a few from across here, as they don't need as many because they're using that clamp up now. And they've got the Massey Ferguson 6613S on the Cane 18 ton grain trailer, and he was just loading himself up with muck, and he was asking if they want the shed mucking out. As you can see there's quite a bit of story mucking there, and that pile shifting across there first before they empty the rest of this out, as they might as well give it a go. They will have to fasten the cows somewhere, probably in that end area there, and it will be quite cramped, and lift the feeder out and lift the ring feeder and the barrier feeder out, or they might just leave it till they've got all the cows and calves out of there, which have all the cows and calves which are in here out, as they've only got one more cow and calf and two to calf, and the ones which are still to calve are quite close to, so it won't take long before they're calved. And he's got one trailer load out of the midden, and it was very full right up to the front, and he's put 2 or 3 buckets in that trailer, and he's just checking if they want the pile shifting, which they probably will, and the shed mucking out, which they might not do, so there's not heaps in there, and it's quite clean stuff, as they've only had 4 animals in there, and now they've dropped it to, or 5 animals, now they've dropped it to 3, as we've got another cow and calf out. And they've got the shed about normally how it is, but they've got the hay bob and baler out for all of the baling in between the 2 fields they're doing and rowing in, and the tank has been taken out so they can get the tank emptied, as it's not been emptied since after the second cut, and there's quite a bit in there. And you've already seen what's on the road. There's another look at it. And at the out farm they've got one of the workers just looking at these 3 animals here, and she might be giving them some feed just to make sure they're happy. If they look hungry, they've got a good amount of grass. And she has come down with the man who's on the tanker, and he's just tanking on the maize stubble, and they've tipped a load of muck on here. Then they've not really used much more of the silage up from here, but they've taken the loose stuff away and they've fed that out now, so it doesn't go mouldy. There's nothing going on in the 10 acre, and that's going to be for grazing once the cows have finished this field here. And they've got this field here, the animals are off this now, and they've moved the water trough to in the gateway, so they're not mucking up any more of the field than they need to, and that's we get to move back into this field soon. So as soon as they've got this grass baled up and the bales moved, they'll have all across the bottom side of this field here, and probably the rest of the field to have. And they've got 2 miller runs here which will need to be put into rows, and about 3/4 of the field, because there's only about a quarter here. And they've got another Hereford and calf, which is that one there and that calf there, I think. And you've already seen what's going on here. Here it is from a different angle. We have the Valtra loader tractor on the NC 2,500 gallon tanker, and there's a full length clip of the maize chopping convoy, and you might have another trailer coming along afterwards. And annoyingly, you've not had any more soil because we've been looking for some to buy in to fill this in here, so it should be a bit easier now they've got all the grass off, and they're going to put some more seeds down. And the council haven't done any more work on this fence yet, as they've not got all of the postal rails delivered yet, and the farmer's probably just going to do it himself as soon as they arrive. So you've still got some of the fencing up, and one of them's fallen over, and the butt brake and bale lifter are still here, and the squeeze are parked across here, and the bale lifter will probably be getting used soon. And you've still got the 4 hay bales behind all of the silage. Then they have, as usual, the cane trailer parked up here, and this was used after the maize to do all the grass and that further away maize field, which was quite a bit dry, so you didn't need to push a tractor like you had in their maize field here. And they'll be moving that onto the grass stubble, but it's not really stubble, it's just mown stuff, so you can get to this pile of muck here. And as you can see in the clamp, they've used quite a few bales on the inside, as they're going to be covered, and they've used tyres on the outside. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Please like and subscribe.